NartOutHere are currently on a tear right now in the tier 1 scene, winning every single tier 1 tournament they attend. Currently NartOutHere have an 85% win rate on Dust 2 in the last 3 months, and Boombl4 is no exception to helping that. Boombl4 is currently the highest rated CT long anchor right now in the last 3 months. As of right now, he's going a 1.22 HLTV rating, which is better than his average HLTV rating of 0.99. Heya I'm Smirky, and today I want to have a look at Boombl4 and how he defends long A on Dust 2 on the CT side, so let's begin. Let me show you what Boombl4 does at the start of the round. I'll show you what he does with an RPK flash, if he's Molotoving first, if he's by himself on long, if he's supporting, or if he wants to change the pace and get a bit more aggressive. At the start of the round, Boombl4 is going to run towards long and he's going to be the second guy. He's going to aim at this wall. Roughly when he doesn't see the blue door on his right, he's going to left click throw the flashbang, and this flashbang should allow Simple to cross and peek towards the doors, and the flashbang should land behind him, so making it if any big players wanted to peek Simple, they would be blind. Once the flash pops, Simple's going to smoke off long, and Boombl4 and Simple successfully have long control. Let me show you this scenario where Boombl4 used the RPK flash. The RPK flash is going to land here, with additional support coming from Simple, and this is going to allow Electronic to peek out. It's worth noting Boombl4 is going to be spamming the door through the smoke, and he's doing this because he wants to give time for Electronic to cross, and perhaps get some free damage. And now that Electronic is in position, he's now able to watch the door and catch anyone running out. And he's going to try to ensure they have long control by Molotoving the door to make sure no T's run out. Big pushes out, Electronic is good for one, and as soon as Electronic gets contact, Boombl4 is going to swing out for additional support. Now we can see that Boombl4 is now in a similar role to Electronic, and now Simple is in Boombl4's role. Boombl4 will be committed towards long, and Simple will be there to support. Commonly, if Boombl4 is the first or second guy, he will always Molotov. Usually the way he will Molotov is by quickly peeking out, and as soon as he throws the Molotov, he will get behind cover. This is the safest way to Molotov door, as you're not exposing yourself for too long, and you're denying the entrance for the T's. After he's done the Molotov, he's going to jingle the corner to ensure no one's pushed out or anyone's peeking. Then when he feels comfortable, he's going to throw a HE. And the reason why he's throwing this HE in the open is because the Molotov is blocking the T's from getting to him. And if there are any T's waiting behind the Molotov, this HE is going to do a lot of damage to them. And then he will follow this up with a smoke grenade. Once again, Boombl4 is coming towards long, he's going to Molotov the door, jiggle it for a bit, he'll HE, and then he'll smoke it off. It is worth noting if you do get contact from long, you can get one of your players from long to flash you in to try and take some fights and try and hold long, instead of just giving it up for free. So in this round, if Big decided to run out long, Electronic could assist Boombl4 if needed. If you're playing solo towards long, at the start of the round you can flash over this wall, and then you can Molotov the door. The flash above long should give you time to Molotov long without getting shot by one of the T's. Once the Molotov's down, he's going to throw a nade to see if he can catch anyone behind the Molotov. If you need to play a bit more supportive towards long, and you might be the third guy, you can put your crosshair here and left click throw. This flashbang will be good to catch any T's who are holding or who are running out. And as a result, it will allow your team to take long with better odds. And in a second, he's going to Molotov the door and go through the smoke. By doing this, he's ensuring that no T's have gone out long and confirm they have control. At times, Boombl4 might want to change his pace and go really quick. In this round, Boombl4 is going to run across and he's going to smoke door on the run. Meanwhile, Electronic will be on car flashing over long. This should allow Boombl4 to be safe if they don't catch timing on the flashbangs and allow him to get across. And as he's towards his corner, he might be able to catch any T's towards blue or running through the smoke. In this round, Boombl4 is going to do the RPK flash. This flash will land behind him and he's going to use the T smoke to the left to his advantage and try and run across. Once he's crossed, he's going to try to isolate some fights using the smoke and try and take the 1v1s. Because of this, he's able to isolate Gade and he almost gets a double kill into Tizian and Searson. One of the most common things Boombl4 likes to do to hold long is by jiggling it. In this round, Boombl4 is going to use the corner of this wall to make sure he has a bit of cover when he's jump spotting. At the peak of his jump, he's able to get a nice clear view of any players towards long, and it's also really difficult to hit him as he's moving really quick and he's high up. Once again, Boombl4 is playing towards long with his A1, he's going to start juggling it quite close, and then he's going to fall back like this. The reason that Boombl4 is falling back is because if you're closer towards an angle, more of your body is going to show when you peek out. So by Boombl4 moving a bit further out, it's going to be more difficult for the T's to hit his body when he's jiggling. And in this round, we can see Boombl4 is going to spot Tizian towards long, so as a response he's going to flash over long and fall back towards car, making it really difficult for Tizian to get the kill. There are a few occasions where Boombl4 likes to play towards the double door and might have a teammate with him. In this round, Electronic is going to be holding the door, and if Electronic gets contact, Boombl4 can turn around and assist. Essentially, he's going to be using Electronic as a bit of bait, and he's going to peek off him. In a second, Boombl4 is going to transition to this angle right here, And the power of this position is that it's an off angle, and if one of the big players decided to go through long, their barrels might show through the door, or they might actually not clear this angle. It's worth noting you might get one, but might get traded. Once again, Boomich is playing towards the door. He's going to sit in the smoke to see if anyone's going to run through it or see if he can see any feet. Then he'll play towards the door. It's worth noting Boomich is going to move into this position once the electronic arrives, and this will allow him to play the previous setup. Another position that Boomich might play is towards blue. In this round, he's going to smoke out his Molotov, then he's going to hide in this corner. Boomich will do a quick jiggle to make sure that no one's going to run through that smoke. The reason why he's hiding is because he wants to play anti-flash just in case the T's decided to flash through the smoke. If you're playing towards this position, you can actually get your teammates to boost on top of blue for a better advantage. In this round, electronics is going to come over and going to boost Boomich up. Through here, Boomich is going to be looking over the smoke and occasionally looking at the wall just to prevent any pop flashes. And we can see once the smoke starts to fade, he's actually going to pay more attention to it instead of playing anti-flash. And it's also worth noting as he's watching the angle, he's constantly moving left to right on top of this box. Likely he's doing this because he wants to stay awake and stay ready, just in case if any of the big players decided to peek, he's ready for the kill. And actually later on into the round, Tizian's going to peek towards door. We can see by his crosshair placement, he's nowhere near Boomich, and Boomich can get a free kill. Commonly, Boomich will play towards car if he needs to fall off from long. In this round, we can see Boomich is going to use the cover of his car to block off long, and he's going to look towards short. From here, it can be really difficult for Big to clear this angle, unless they hard clear or have a Molotov. However, we can see once Big creates presence towards long, Boomich is going to peek after the flashbang, and we can see Boomich is going to do a really good job in using the car as cover and taking out 3 of the big players. In this round, we can see Boomich is looking towards long, and he's not caring about short, and from the minimap, we can see Simple and Electronic are supposed to be holding short, and Boomich can hold long. But unfortunately for Boomich, there's going to be a gap in Kido's smoke, and Kido's going to use it to his advantage. So you do want to be cautious when playing this spot against T's who are doing short smokes. Now let me show you some of Boomich's rotations and why he's made them. In this round, Boomich is playing close towards the door, and we can see Bigger executing onto the B bomb site, so Boomich wants to take advantage of this and try and split the map in half. He's going to wait for the Molotov to fade and push towards top mid. From here, he's essentially split the map in half, and that's because if Big wanted to try and do a fake and go towards short, they can't do this now as Boomich is watching it. And because Boomich can see behind the doors, this will allow Electronic and Simple to safely cross CT towards B. Whenever Boomich is playing towards long, it's really common for him to get flashed off the angle and forced off. In this round, Big is going to throw around 8 flashbangs, and Keita is going to make it out to blue. Due to the sheer amount of utility, Boomich can't afford to handle this by himself and decides to fall back towards car. And this is his go-to position if he needs to fall off, as it's the closest and safest. Once again, Boomich is playing towards long. Unfortunately, with one of his jiggles, he is going to go out, and Big is going to full white him. Since Boomich can't see anything and doesn't know if they've gone out long, he decides to fall back towards car and get ready for contact. It's worth noting if the T's do flash long, he doesn't always fall off. In this round, we can see he's going to do his flash and Molotov, and because he's done the Molotov and he knows the T's can't get out long, he decides to stay instead of falling back towards car, and will result in him keeping the map control. In this round, Boomich is going to have long control and Simple wants to hold towards the door, so as a result, Boomich is going to let Simple hold the angle and will fall off towards CT. As a long player, you are going to be experiencing a lot of short execs against you. Let me show you some scenarios on how Boomich dealt with it. In this round, Big are executed onto the A bomb site, and Boomich is going to try peek towards Gandalf and try and cut the cross. Since Keto is so far out and isolated from his other teammates, Boomich can easily get the kill onto Keto, and it's very difficult for Big to trade. But unfortunately, he is going to die by getting double peeked from long. Once again, Boomich is playing towards long, and the T's are about to execute onto the A bomb site. In this round, we can see there are 4 T's towards short and 1 T towards long. Boomich has the information that the T's are towards short, and to prevent what happened in the last clip, he wants to clear long. By doing this prevents him getting sandwiched from long and short, and allows him to have some room. And as you're going to see, he's going to retake long to deny the sandwich, and play for the retake. Boomich will move his way towards pit and manage to get the kill onto Keto, and now that he's cleared long, he knows all the T's are towards short, and the T's can't sandwich him. If we look at the minimap, we can see he's taking a position towards pit, looking towards the site, with his AK. However, compared to the T's, they have a few pistols and 1 AK. And this is going to be really difficult for Big to win these long range fights. Unfortunately, you can't be there all the time when the short execute's happening, so instead you can be a bit more supportive. If you're playing towards the back of long, like in pit or blue, you can flash above car or ramp for your teammates to peek off it, and this can allow them to multi-frag or delay them. After reviewing one of Boomich's demos, I've noticed he's quite safe. He utilizes his utility and juggles a lot to secure map control and gain information. He's aware, he understands the timings the T's can have depending on the timing and positioning. He also understands when he needs to push or fall off. I've also noticed that he can be a bit wasteful with his utility. Due to him wanting to be so safe to gain map control, he can be a bit wasteful with his utility to the point where he only has a flashbang at 130 into the round, so he can be dependent on his flashbang or his teammates. If you have a player in a position you want me to break down next, feel free to put it in the comments below and I'll have a look. Perhaps you want to know how to split A on a pistol on Mirage on the T side? Well, I made a Twitter video which you can check out in the link in the description. Apart from that, thanks for watching, see you in a bit.